Morning fog has burned off. Another beautiful day here in the Tennessee Valley. So glad you're spending part of it with us here on 3+U. And if you're lucky enough to be home today and you're like me, chances are you're beginning to think about the holiday season, making sure your house is decorated for fall and Halloween, and Christmas not too far behind, the perfect time of year to nest. So if you are in the market for a new home, you're in luck this morning because Charlotte Mabry joins us to kick off the show. She, of course, is with the Charlotte Mabry team, part of Keller Williams. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I always enjoy it when you're here because I never know quite what your topic is going to be.
Me either.
You always have a way of pulling a trick out of your hat. So you're not talking so much today about the housing market, although we can touch on that.
Sure.
Your philosophy is that if you have a strong realty base in terms of the realtors serving the community, that just makes the home buying and selling process for the customers all the richer. Right?
Absolutely. You know, when we get people into this industry of real estate sales, there's not a really high bar when it comes to training and information to be able to actually get a real estate license, and that's great. But ultimately, if we're going to serve our community and our clients to the highest level, we as real estate sales professionals probably need to know what we're doing, right?
Do you remember when Seinfeld was a big show on TV?
Yes.
And I remember there was an episode once where George was out of work. He was always, I think, out of work. And Jerry's counseling him about what he wants to do.
Right.
And he's a middle-aged man, essentially.
Right.
What do you want to do? And George says, I want to be a Major League Baseball player.
Right.
You can't just step up.
Absolutely.
And do that. Same
Absolutely.
with real estate. You've got to build it.
No question. And, you know, we have some wonderful real estate sales professionals here in our Chattanooga, North Georgia area. We're very fortunate. But, you know, I one of the things that's on my heart is 90% of everyone that gets a real estate license and joins our local association of realtors, they don't make it past 2 years in this industry. So every 2 years, our industry is turning over with all new people. And what a shame that is for them and for the community as well. And so years ago, I've done this now for 35 years. Years ago, there were a group of us that got together and said, hey, how can we meet once a month and maybe mastermind together to help each other grow, not only individually, but help ourselves grow our businesses. And so November the 9th, coming up on Tuesday, November the 9th, we're going to try that again. And so we're going to do a monthly mastermind. It's open to anyone from any company that is interested in growing their business. And, you know, we get so little financial training in any industry,
Right.
in any job that we have. And so when we have real estate sales professionals who are supported and encouraged because, well, they sell the most or they're the most popular, that's all great, but ultimately, you know, it's not really about what you make, it's what you keep, right? And how you're growing your family and your own personal wealth. And we find a lot of people, particularly in the real estate industry, struggle in that arena. And so we want to help on that.
Okay, so let me ask you something. I'm trying to kind of break this down besides the obvious positive thought, you know, behind what you're doing, but for the consumer, for the home
Sure.
buyer eventually,
Absolutely.
is the way that breaks down, not to be jaded, but if you've got an agent who is secure in his or her own right, they've got a nice business model, then if you go in and you find a home, they can guide you more effectively in what's a fair asking price because they're not so concerned about that
if
bottom
all you
line.
care about is selling something because you're desperate for money.
Okay, you said
right?
You're right.
I mean, that's I guess the bottom line. But ultimately, how do I help my client be better thoughtful of their own financial future
Sure.
if I don't have a grip on my own?
Right.
And it's not that we don't have people who understand that we do, but there are a lot of people who struggle in that arena because they've really not had that financial education.
Well, and in your industry, it's different from most people where you're getting a standard paycheck
Right.
every couple of weeks. Yours comes in
Commission.
bulk, essentially. Yeah, and if you take that money and you go buy something extravagant with it, now you don't have the money to pay your gas bill.
Correct. And unfortunately, that happens. And so we want to help not only people know how to manage their money, but if they have interest in staying in a sales career over time, how do you accomplish that? How do you go about, if you want to have a team, how do you grow a team? What's that about?
That is such a great idea. So this time on November 9th, even though many of you have done this in the past, this is just something that you are leading, but it's open to anybody.
It is open to anyone. And so we'll send some information out in the community going, hey, here's the time, here's the place. With technology today, we can meet via Zoom, which makes that very easy. And get together once a month. I'll be leading a topic that, we'll start out talking about, is your business actually profitable? Do you make profit? And how do you know that? I mean, most of us today, unfortunately, don't know how to do a net worth statement or anything like that, regardless of what career or job that you have.
Right.
I think it's important that everyone know, what are your assets? How much of your liabilities do you have, and is there anything left at the bottom of that column?
Right. We kind of live in a world now where sizzle sells, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And I mean, no matter where you look, it kind of is what can grab somebody in. But ultimately, you never go wrong with a pair of khaki pants and a navy blazer.
Well, it's so important, and most of the people that are most wealthy in any industry, you typically don't know it, right? They are the ones in the khaki pants.
So if you were talking to somebody who's thinking about beginning a career in real estate, especially if it's a younger person, do you think that there's still a good future in it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it is a great industry to be in. Sales is wonderful. I love the sales industry. It is just not that well supported right now. So it's a great opportunity to grow your personal wealth. You just need to be sure you're led by someone, whether at your company or maybe in a mastermind group, that can help you get that perspective for, okay, there's more to this than just what I'm doing day to day.
And do you ultimately have to love what it is that you are selling?
Absolutely, no question about it. I do see a lot of people get into real estate sales, and if you're thinking about that, this is something to think about. It's not just about loving the product, it's about taking care of your client as well. And if you're going to take the best care of your client, do you know what you're doing personally for yourself? I think that's really important.
So I can't let you off the hook without asking you how the market is looking right now. Are houses still going up? Inventory's going up?
Inventory is going up, so it is. That's good. The thing to remember is if something you like comes on the market, even though there's more of them out there, you need to hop on it because things are still selling very quickly. So our days on the market, while they might have gone from 4 days to 10 days on the market, that went more time. It's still only 10 days on the market. So you've got to hop on something.
And are you
quick.
still seeing those bidding wars going on, or has that eased up a bit?
It has eased a bit. There are not as many, but particular houses, for example, just in the past 30 days, we've had one that had 21 offers on it. So it depends on the house.
It's just hit or miss.
And the circumstances, but it's not it wouldn't necessarily be called the norm right now.
And I know that the Tri-State Home Show is coming up.
It is.
This month, so this will be a conversation I'll have with them too. But I think I heard that lumber prices have gone down a bit.
They have eased up a bit. They have. It's interesting right now, so many products like gypsum board, all of OSB, all of that now has become the new lumber. You can't find that now.
Oh, but for people who might be buying a house and where they were thinking, oh, I can't because I can't get the lumber for the deck I want to replace.
That's easier.
You got it now.
You got it now.
Okay. Always good to see you. To sign up for your class, they should go on your website?
They can, absolutely. I'll be sending something out to everyone registered as a realtor right in the current community, so in both Chattanooga and North Georgia, because again, this is open to anyone from any company.
Always great to see you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
You can contact her or her team, the Charlotte Mabry team, at Keller Williams. Their phone number and website right there on your screen. We're back after this.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order?
2 Sonic grilled cheese double burgers.
I'm on it.
Order up.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger ready for pickup.
Far too often, people are being seriously injured and hurt because of negligent drivers distracted by their cell phones. If you've been harmed by a negligent or distracted driver, the law is on your side. Let us go to work for you.
The name you know and trust. At Aspen Dental, we help you find your happy place, like big games, big hugs, and perfect little getaways. We see how these moments make us smile, so we offer safe care to help you share your smile. See us today to get custom crafted dentures with a fit you'll love, because we'll make refinements until you're satisfied, or you'll get your money back. Right now, get dentures for 0 down plus 0 interest if paid in full within 18 months. Share your best smile ever. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL or book online today.
Hey, I'm Joe Montana. When I qualified for Medicare, I got WellCare. WellCare offers great benefits like free grocery, meal, and prescription delivery. And if you need to see a doctor, you can get in-home visits and 24/7 virtual visits. WellCare is no nonsense, just great benefits and none of the hassles.
Call for a free WellCare guide today.
Watermark Keith, I definitely feel like they treat me like family. They go out of their way to keep you informed on things. I'm glad I used them, and I would recommend them to anyone.
The Wedemark Keith difference? Call us to find out.
The name you know and trust.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please.
You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Count on Channel 3 meteorologist Cedric Haynes for accurate forecasts.
I love a show when we kind of have a home theme going on. That certainly is the case this morning because Ashley Farrar is here too. She, of course, has Molly Maid here in Chattanooga. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning.
You must have been shadowing me last week because I was on vacation. I stayed home. And people have asked me, what did you do? And do you want to know what my pathetic favorite day was of my whole time off?
Oh, please tell me.
I spent 6 hours by myself upstairs in my attic. I have a big attic, like 2 rooms of
Right.
back. Totally rearranged my attic, organized things.
Is it beautiful?
It's so beautiful. And I found all my children's childhood books that were just in boxes from our move, and I got them all out and I created myself a little library. I know it sounds crazy, but I did. So I'm a big believer though in having your things stored in a way that then you can easily access them.
Absolutely.
And I think that's kind of what you're talking about this morning in
Yeah.
preparation for the holidays, right?
Absolutely, yep. So we like to get tablescapes and all kinds of things, decorate the house for the holidays. But really, once you put that stuff out there, you're not getting to clean those pieces of furniture for, maybe a month or 2.
Right.
Because you're not going to undecorate everything.
Oh, no.
Dust it and redecorate everything. So you really want to get a really good dusting done, whether it be by us or, by your friends and family, before you put all your stuff out. So we always recommend using the microfiber cloths, just because they really do trap the dust as you're going around. It's not going to go in the air.
But we do not have feel-o-vision, but I want to remind people, I say this every time you come on, because if you get these microfiber cloths certain places, they're worthless. I mean, everything slips right off of them, or the hair just sticks to them. These have got a grip to them.
Yeah, you want to invest in your microfiber cloths. And when I say invest, you're going, oh, it's a towel. But these are washable, reusable. They're going to last you for years.
There's a difference in that.
So there really is a difference. And don't get the ones for cars. They're not made for your houses. So if you're using the same one that you used on your car for your car wash, it's probably got some residue built up on it. But also, it's not the same texture that you want to use in your house.
Okay.
So that's going to be your first clue. And then I always like to have a laundry basket when I'm moving back and forth from like the attic or the basement, so I can load stuff up and then easily carry things. So I'm not trying to juggle my plates and things and get them from point A to point B. So use the things and the tools that you have in your home.
And to that end, if you have the space, I guess, when you are storing things for the rest of the year, if you can avoid putting them in a great big huge box, because you can't ever pick that up, package small.
Package small. We're not moving.
Right.
When you're moving houses, you want to try to, be as efficient as possible. But when you're in your own home, if you can do small things, that's definitely going to work better for you. And then I found these great storage things at Bed Bath & Beyond for my plates, because I don't have a whole lot of cabinet space in my small North Chattanooga home. So I store these in my attic as well, and it keeps the plates safe and ready for next year.
I think, am using tissue paper from 2002.
That you don't have to throw it away.
You don't, right? that I use to as the divider, like to wrap plates and things in. This is just a little piece of I don't know. I guess it came with the plate. What is
no,
that
this
stuff?
came with the package.
This came with it?
Yeah, it came with all these little styrofoam slips. So it just
That's
goes in between the
nice.
plates, and tissue paper's fine. I mean, it works, but if you can get something like this, and they don't sell these year round. So look for these during the holidays, because that's when people are doing all their big family dinners.
Okay, so I know that you actually like a feather duster, right? You use a feather duster, don't you, sometimes?
On some things.
What would you recommend if you do have like your Christmas wreaths and things stored? Maybe they've gotten a little bit dusty. Do you just pick the dust off, or how would you recommend people get that off?
Well, it's really going to be helpful if you start with storing it properly the year before, because then you won't have to deal with a lot of that. If you can put your wreath in just a simple trash bag and tie it up, then the dust can't get in there. The cobwebs can't get in there.
Good idea.
So really the storage is where you're going to win. But if you are going to have to actually hand dust all of your ornaments and wreaths and stuff like that, use a paintbrush, use your microfiber cloths.
That's right.
You want to be able to get into those little cracks and crevices of all your cute little houses
Or just do
and
this
Christmas
like your
ornaments.
mom, like your mom did. Remember, that was the way your mom would do it?
Not my mom.
Really? No, because, well, my mom did. We were looking at your mom's house, though. Some of the pictures from her decorations.
Yes.
Boy, she goes all out.
She does. The changing of the seasons is a big deal at my parents' house.
So she wants to make sure that the surfaces are cleaned before she puts all of her beautiful things
Yes.
out. Otherwise, she's sunk.
Well, because you're not going to take that all down every week to dust.
Right.
So you really do want to have a clean surface to start with.
If you've got that clean surface to start, Ashley, is it just taboo to dust around the candlestick? I mean, do you have to pick for just your intermediate cleaning between, say, Thanksgiving and New Year's Day? Can you get away with?
I personally think you can, just because you cleaned it right before you put it up. And there's really only about a month between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's not like a whole year of buildup between the two. So if you want to do some lighter dusting, that's definitely okay right now.
I put out something in my living room recently, and I'd broken a crystal candlestick, so I had one of two. So I put out just the one and put a taper candle in there, and I lit it first to make it look like I had actually used it. And then I got to thinking, I'm not sure, I haven't burned a taper candle in so long. I guess the wax will still catch on my candlestick like it's supposed to, but it can fall onto the table. So do you recommend putting something underneath the candlestick to catch?
I definitely would, because you never know. If you want to just use simple wax paper, you can put that under your candlestick and it'll just drip onto that and not ruin your tablecloth. Because once it's on the tablecloth, the process of getting wax out of cloth, it's not impossible, it's just really difficult.
What about on a piece of wooden furniture if it gets on the wood? Because you're going to scratch the
Yeah, if you're going to try to
veneer.
scrape it off, yeah, you'll definitely scratch the veneer. Anytime you get wax on something, you're going to want to let it harden all the way, and then use like a soft plastic.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Scraper, but you don't want to scrape the wood. It's really going to be better if you protect. Yeah, a tablecloth.
It'll be
y'all.
a pretend
tablecloth.
candle.
Use a tablecloth. Save your $2,000 table and use a $20 tablecloth.
This is why
This is
she
why we're
was
here.
voted best of the best. Congratulations to you, by the way, on
Thank
your
you.
recognition.
Thank you. So, our teams work really hard.
As I was cleaning my house, and I did have fun, I thought, okay, I cannot take a week off all the time to do the nesting that I did this past week. And I thought, I'm getting to the point where I think I can justify having a cleaning service come to my house. Husbands often will give you, not you personally, but Molly Maid, as a gift, right? For a
yes.
holiday gift.
We definitely make a great gift. Give us a call at the office, or you can go online at mollymaid.com and get a gift certificate right there. So yeah, we recommend at least 2 hours. That can always get your kitchens and bathrooms done, but we can go up from there. If you give the local office a call, we can point you in the right direction.
You did not come on to make a Bed Bath & Beyond endorsement, nor to be a personal shopper. However, do you remember, did these come, I'm sure, in different sizes, right? These
Yes.
little guys?
This came as a set with the large, the small, and even the smaller. So this
Okay.
came in a big set. Now, I do have square plates.
Forget
Y'all,
that.
Don't buy square plates, okay?
Or just get a lot of boxes.
Right?
Yeah. And how about for glasses? Do they make it for glassware too?
They do make them for glassware, and they've got the little dividers in them, and they're usually, they do for a service of 12.
Okay.
Typically. So
Yeah, it's great storage, and then you can put it in the attic, put it in the basement, not worry about it till next year.
Well, maybe I'll take 6 hours to go find something else I can clean at my house now that I have your tips. You can take advantage of all that her full staff knows at Molly Maid simply by letting them come into your house, spend a couple of hours. You'll be very happy when you walk back through your kitchen door. mollymaid.com is the website. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, this is